Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I'm doing something a little bit different. I'm going to be sharing all of my tips and tricks for curly hair, which is something I've wanted to do for a long time. If you guys have been following me on social, you know I went through some crazy traumatic stuff with my hair and I lost a lot of it. So I wasn't really talking a lot about curly products, but my hair is in a much better place and I'm so excited to share these tips with you guys. I have been natural all of my life, so I've picked up some stuff throughout the years, and I've also picked up tips on social media and YouTube, of course, which is such a great reference to find, you know, videos and resources if you are like struggling with something. One of the main things is finding products for your hair. So I'm going to post in my next video my top 10 favorite products for curly girls and guys. So be sure to give this video a like if you want to see that, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button before you leave. These are all very like basic things. Sometimes you don't necessarily think about them often, or if you aren't familiar with your hair, if you're transitioning, or if you are just looking for some new stuff just to kind of retain some length and just make your hair look more healthy and bouncy and just very like resilient and gorgeous. Curly hair is so beautiful, just like every other hair texture, but it does require a bit more maintenance, and it's just so great to see so many people kind of embracing their natural hair and wearing their curly hair out more. It's just such a bomb-ass movement that we're in right now. So yeah, let's jump right in. The first tip, which is something that I do religiously, which is co-washing. Co-washing is basically shampooing and conditioning your hair with conditioner. If you do have curly hair, you don't need to wash your hair every day. Once a week to twice a week is perfect, because curly hair doesn't retain moisture as easily as other hair types. So I like to co-wash. So I'll basically just do like my same shampoo routine. I'll just use conditioner and I'll kind of massage that to break any product buildup that I may have in my hair, and then I rinse that out. Then I apply conditioner again, and that's what I go through and kind of comb my hair out with. So co-washing is something really great. I've been doing that probably for the past 2 or 3 years, and I definitely have seen a difference in the moisture retention and just kind of how healthy and shiny my hair does look. Something else that I love to do is finger entangling my hair. I don't do this every single time, just because sometimes you need a good brush to kind of get through and pull out any tangles. But finger entangling is basically using your fingers as a brush. You lose a lot more hair, and I also find that the breakage is a lot less, because sometimes the brush kind of goes through and it's a little bit harsh on your hair. So I'll just section my hair out, and then I'll just go through with my fingers. I'll put conditioner on my hand and kind of go through and comb my hair through. That's something that I picked up at Diva Curl, because that's where I used to get my hair colored and cut. So I'll just go through with my fingers, and I'll kind of use my fingers to kind of redefine those curls. It does take more time, but you'll get like the same result from doing finger entangling. If that is not your vibe, this is the brush that I would recommend for curly hair. So this is called a Denman Brush. This is the brush that my mom used to untangle my hair with. I used it all of my life, and then I could not find it anywhere. Couldn't find it in drugstores, and I recently found it on Amazon, and I ordered like 3 or 4 of them. The reason why I like this brush, so you can see that it doesn't have those little balls on the end, which is what the brushes have when you buy them in store. And that basically just rips out your hair, and it just gets tangled in that, and I feel like that causes more breakage. But I love this brush because it does not have it. If you are a curly girl or guy, definitely definitely invest in a Denman brush, because this is amazing. The next tip is to deep condition your hair. Cannot stress this enough. Deep conditioning is just that thing that will make your hair just bounce back. It's super essential in the summertime, just because your hair is exposed to a lot of sunlight and heat, and also in the wintertime because it's so dry and it's easier for your hair to like break in this weather. So all year, this is something that I do. I like to deep condition my hair once a week. I usually do it on Sundays just because it's easy for me to remember. Sunday is my hair routine, and I just apply that all over my hair. And this is also a product that I feel like has changed my life. This is just like a cordless heating cap. I wanted to invest in the one that you plug into the wall, but then you have to like sit there while it heats up. So you throw this in the microwave for a minute and you put this over your hair, and it helps the product to penetrate the cuticle and just get all of that moisture into your hair so it retains it better. So this is something that I would definitely recommend. It's literally, it has like gel inside. So once you heat it up, you just put it over your hair and it's super bomb. Something else, and this is something that I actually hate doing, but I do it because I've noticed such a difference, which is getting a haircut. It's one of those things that you feel like you don't necessarily need, or since you don't have straight hair, you don't notice the damage as much. But cutting off your split ends and just getting your hair trimmed, I get mine every 5 or 6 months. And the way that I know that I need a haircut is because I feel like the ends of my hair start getting more tangled. They're kind of like intertwined within each other. And it's not even like a full haircut, it's more like a trim, and that just cleans up my ends, because once you have a split end, it basically starts breaking at the bottom and it moves up the shaft, and that's why you might not be retaining your length. So definitely getting a haircut or a trim every few months just to clean up your ends and to just promote your hair to grow faster. I know people are like, how is getting a haircut getting your hair to grow faster? You're just not losing as much hair. Your hair is not breaking off as fast. So since it's healthier, it's helping that hair shaft to retain its length. So that is something that is super, super important. The next tip is leave-in conditioner. I stand for leave-in conditioner. If I had one product that I can use religiously, like the only thing in my curly routine, it would be leave-in conditioner, just because you don't have to use a lot of other products, and I find that leave-in conditioner just moisturizes your hair. You apply a little bit of water, leave-in conditioner, that's what I did today. I just applied some water to like refresh my curls, some leave-in conditioner, applied it all over, and then I just let it air dry. There are great drugstore ones. Most of the ones that I use are drugstore. So just finding something that works for your hair, depending on what type of curl you have. So it does range from like 2A, 2B, 2C, 3A. So if you have like more wavy hair, curly hair, coily hair, afro hair, you just want something that's a little bit thicker in texture, and that will help penetrate your hair better. Something else that I like to do is sleeping with my hair up. It's something that I do just instinctively at this point. So I like to use the ones that look like headbands, but you can also use just regular scrunchies. One of the things that I would definitely recommend is not using the one with the metal clasp, because those get tangled in your hair and they cause breakage, especially if you're like sleeping, it'll cause friction. So it's basically putting all of your hair on top, and then while you sleep, you're not really getting that friction, your hair is not getting tangled or frizzy, and then in the morning you take it down, you can add a little bit of water and leave-in conditioner, and you are good to go. That's one of my favorite things about curly hair, that I don't have to spend as much time on my hair as I do my makeup. I wish that I can just do my makeup in 2 seconds. But yeah, hair takes me like 5 minutes, especially if my hair is looking pretty good like today. My curls were like a little frizzy, whatever. I just threw in some products and I was good to go. Also, something else that people like to do, I don't personally do it, but you can also sleep on a satin pillowcase if you don't care for sleeping with your hair up, or you can sleep in a satin bonnet. Both of those things will help with friction and frizz rather than doing this method. One of my other favorite tips is protective styles. This is something you can do in the summertime, wintertime. A protective style is just something that's gonna keep you from constantly touching your hair, having to brush it out. So you can get braids, you can do twists, 2-strand twists, crochet braids. Those are all really great options to just protect your hair. Something that I do like to do while I do have protective styles in is just making sure that I'm always like oiling my scalp with a little bit of like growth serum, something that's just going to promote your hair to grow while you have those protective styles in. Clarifying your hair is the next one. So this is something that's really important for me, especially since I'm not crazy about shampoo. It's not something that I never use, but it's something that I just opt to not use often. So clarifying your hair is just removing all of the dirt and oil buildup and anything that you have in that scalp area. So I just like to use apple cider vinegar mixed with water. I apply that all over, into my scalp, I massage it, and you want to make sure that you're not using your nails because you don't want to like damage that hair follicle. And then I'll just lightly massage that, and that'll just break down any like product buildup that I have. Then I rinse my hair out, and then I go into my conditioning routine. The next tip, which is probably my least favorite, is washing your hair with cold water. So I'll take my regular shower in my regular temperature, and as soon as I'm done like conditioning or doing whatever I'm doing, I'll just rinse my hair with cold water. And this helps to close the shaft so that the product penetrates the hair and you're getting the maximum benefits for whatever like hair treatment you did. And it also helps to fight frizz. It's something that I hate doing, but I started doing it recently, like the last few months, and I've definitely noticed a difference in my hair definition. So I would say try that. It's one of those like easy tips that you can try, and if you don't like it, you don't have to like continue doing it. It's completely free, and it's actually better for your water bill. So I personally do like to dry my hair. This is going to be 2 tips for drying hair. I do like to air dry my hair, but if you are in a rush, because every once in a while I don't have time to just let my hair do its thing, I do use a blow dryer. But something that's important is just applying cold air to your hair, and also getting one of these. This is just an attachment. I ordered this on Amazon, I think too. I order everything on Amazon. This is a diffuser. A diffuser is going to keep your hair from going everywhere, and it's not going to create frizz. So I just like to do cold air, and then you go into the hair like this. It does take longer to dry with cold air, but it's better for your hair over time. I'm not like completely opposed to heat. I'll do heat if I'm in a super rush and I need to just go. But generally, if I do have the time, I do opt for cold. I do straighten my hair once or twice a year, so I do like a little bit of heat too. If you're not into the blow drying method, this is something else that's great. This is just a microfiber towel. So using regular cotton towels creates frizz. So annoying. So you have to either use a microfiber towel, or you can just use a regular t-shirt, and that will remove the excess water from your hair without promoting any frizz, so that your hair stays nice and defined. The next tip, which is really important, is low manipulation. So basically just not constantly doing a lot of different styles or touching your hair a lot. That's something that I'm really guilty of. I'm constantly like fluffing my hair and doing, you know, kind of playing with it. That's fine. But if you're constantly like brushing your hair or doing a ton of different styles, it is a preference. You know, it is your hair. But if you're kind of looking to retain some of that length, I would definitely say try low manipulation, not touching it as much. Also, if you do a style, keeping it in for like a week or so, like if you're doing like a 2-strand twist or something and kind of making that style work, that also helps with not breaking your hair off and just retaining some of that length. And my last 2 tips are for stretching hair, because if you are a curly girl, you know that shrinkage is hella real. So something that I like to do, I just like to take the regular scrunchie. I don't have one in front of me. So I'll just pull this hair forward like this, and then I'll just tie this for like 5 minutes or so while I'm finishing up my makeup. And this just kind of helps to stretch the back of your hair. This basically stretches that bottom of the hair so that you look like you have more length. I didn't leave it on long enough, but yeah, like 5 minutes or so, especially because the back of my hair just gets very, very short and I'm constantly always pulling it down. So just doing that little scrunchie method works. Or you can just go in with the blow dryer. This is my last tip. So kind of going into the hair, you don't want to do this too much to the top of the hair. Pulling that hair down and applying some heat to that root area will lengthen your hair as well and just kind of give you some more volume, and it'll also stretch that hair. So this is the full video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to leave me any tips that you may do in your routine down below, because I'm always looking to add some new stuff to my routine. And I will also be posting in my next video my favorite products. So stay tuned for that one, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.